It's very tense. The vice presidential vetting process from those who have been vetted. Tijan. Say you want to be vice president. Prepare for one of the most invasive reviews of your personal life in American politics. Before they can be selected as a running mate, vice presidential contenders undergo a vetting process that seeks to unearth their darkest secrets, and even those of their family, friends, and business partners. It's very intense, said Senator Tim Kaine, D.V., who was vetted as a potential running mate to former President Barack Obama in 2008 and again in 2016, when he was chosen to be the vice presidential candidate to Hillary Clinton. Rep. Byron Donalds, R. Flair, one of the 8 Republicans vetted by former President Donald Trump this year, described it as a pretty interesting process that took a deep dive into every decision in your life. Several Democrats are going through that process right now, as Vice President Kamala Harris, after becoming the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee last week, chooses a prospective vice president of her own. The review can involve turning over financial and real estate records, dating histories, and even the passwords to social media accounts. It's not very pleasant. The truth is, none of us is a saint, said University of Virginia political science professor Larry Sabato. We forget they're human beings, and in fact, they're very, very human. Given his experience with vetting, Kaine said colleagues who are about to undergo the process come to him for advice. It can be surprisingly thorough even to senators and governors, he said, who have already faced scrutiny in statewide races. A short schedule and a short list. For Harris, the vetting process has been accelerated. While most campaigns have months to narrow down their options, she has had a little under 2 weeks since President Joe Biden ended his re-election campaign and threw his support behind his vice president. A decision is expected by early next week. At least 7 Democrats have popped up on Harris' short list, including Pennsylvania Gov. Josh Shapiro, U.S. Senator Mark Kelly, DRs, Minnesota Gov. Tim Walz, North Carolina Gov. Roy Cooper, Michigan Gov. Gretchen Whitmer, and Illinois Gov. J.B. Pritzker. However, Cooper pulled himself out of the running, citing concerns that his Republican lieutenant governor would challenge his authority while he is campaigning out of state, and Whitmer has said she plans to remain governor of Michigan until the end of her term in 2026. Former President Donald Trump's campaign requested vetting materials from vice presidential candidates at least 6 weeks before the Republican National Convention earlier this month when he announced his pick of Senator J.D. Vance, Ohio. Those who have previously been through vetting told u.s.a. Today that the Harris campaign's process will likely have the same rigor, albeit focused on a smaller group of prospective candidates. They assign a team of people to look at everything in your life: financial records, medical records, interview people you've worked with, interview friends and family, and you multiple times, Kaine said. Pritzker, who has a net worth of around $3.5 billion as heir to the Hyatt family fortune, previously told u.s.a. Today that his assets wouldn't be a problem as he is vetted, despite lingering questions about potential conflicts of interests related to his independently managed trusts. I've been fully vetted because I've run for office now twice statewide in the 5th largest state in the country and done that successfully, he said. Everything's been transparent. The goal of vetting is to avoid any last-minute surprises that can tank a campaign by unearthing any potential liabilities early on. History is full of cautionary tales, from vice presidents to cabinet nominees. In 1972, Democratic vice presidential nominee Senator Thomas Eagleton of Missouri, George McGovern's running mate, dropped out of the race after media reports revealed he had been hospitalized and undergone electroshock therapy for depression. In 1993, former President Bill Clinton's nominee for Attorney General, Zoe Baird, had to withdraw her nomination over a controversy that she had hired undocumented immigrants for childcare. and did not pay taxes for their labor. Former Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle withdrew his nomination in 2009 to lead the Department of Health and Human Services when it became clear he failed to report tens of thousands of dollars in charitable donations and consulting income on his taxes.